everyone. Thanks for coming out here today. We really do appreciate you. Thanks for always supporting us, and thanks for staying tuned to our channel. The news we have today is Edo State, APC in Edo State. We all know what that means and what's going on in Edo State. There's anxiety in APC as the Oshiomohle and Obaseki's face-off deepens. We'll find out more about that, but we all know what's been going on about the direct and the indirect, the mode of primaries. That's been the major bone of contention within the last couple of days for these two persons, Obaseki and Oshiomohle, all of the APC party. We'll get into the details in a moment, but please, before we do, we'd just like to make a disclaimer here. We don't support anyone. We're not speaking for or against anyone, and we're just here to give you the news just as it is. So thank you for your cooperation and your understanding. And please, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, do click on the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit on the like button. It really does mean a lot to us. We really do appreciate you. Thank you, guys. So right, let's go straight into the main details of the news. Anxiety over APC in Edo as Oshiomohle and Obaseki's face-off deepens. With the decision of the National Working Committee of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, currently led by the national chairman of the party and former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomohle, to adopt direct primary for the coming governorship primary in Edo State scheduled to hold on June 22nd. The hope of getting a second-term ticket by the incumbent governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, remains uncertain. Oshiomohle, who had been at loggerheads with Obaseki, had on Thursday, May 22nd, through the National Publicity Secretary of APC, Mr. Lanre Issa Onilu, announced the decision of the National Working Committee to adopt direct governorship primary in Edo barely a month to the election. It is what the former national chairman of APC, Chief John Odige Oyegun, had warned against in one of his interactions with The Guardian, saying if the National Working Committee eventually adopts a direct primary to decide who picks the party ticket for the governorship primary election, Obaseki may likely not win, but that the development may also affect the chances of APC to retaining Edo State come September. Odige Oyegun's position may have risen as a result of the fate of the immediate past governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, who within the space of his first 4 years in office had cause to fall out of favor with the APC's leader in the state and was denied a second-term ticket through direct primary orchestrated by the National Working Committee on October 2nd, 2018. Political pundits in and outside Edo have also noted that as long as direct primary holds, Obaseki, like Ambode, should forget having a second term on APC's platform in the state. Odige Oyegun therefore said that given the widely known peculiarities of Edo State, noting if a consensus could not be built behind Obaseki, everything must be done to ensure that the persons in the leadership of the party at the center who are part of the contrived crisis in Edo State must not even remotely be allowed to plan, participate, or supervise the primary election. It is of critical importance that the primary is seen even by a blind man to be free and fair, otherwise there could be a political consequence. Allowing any member of the national leaders who have been involved in the contrived crisis in Edo State would equate to making such person or person judges in their own case. This is contrary to the principle of natural justice and will be naturally resisted. It will be recalled that the People's Democratic Party (PDP's) candidate in the 2016 governorship election, Pastor Osaige Ize-Iyamu, who recently defected to APC at the instance of Oshiomohle, had since been cleared to participate in the party's governorship primary, and he is believed to be the favorite candidate of the national chairman. who may have been tipped to wrestle power from Obaseki. The development is going to throw the ruling party into deeper, murky waters, since the loyalists of the incumbent have openly expressed displeasure and their decision to reject direct primary. Obaseki's spokesperson, Mr. Kuso Osaige, does not mince word when he said APC's National Working Committee could not impose on the state what method of governorship primary to be adopted for the ticket. According to him, the NEC is not the one that is responsible for picking the kind of primary that is used to determine the candidate of a party in a governorship election. However, a former minority whip of the House of Representatives, Honorable Samson Osaige, has denied the existence of any presidential directive that Governor Obaseki should be given preference in the forthcoming governorship primary in Edo State, noting that direct primary for electing who represents the party was a done deal. He said, "I laughed at the naivety of these kids and grimaced at their sheer wickedness. This is nothing but a clear case of living in denial of the obvious reality on the ground in the politics of the APC primary soon to be held. In a way, it is blackmail as well as a calculated gimmick to give the diminishing following of the governor a false sense of hope under an obvious condition of despair." Another stalwart of APC and Deputy National Chairman North, Mr. Lawal Shaibu, like Odigun Oyegun, has also raised the alarm against what he described as Oshiomohle's lawlessness, which according to him would destroy APC. He has warned that the party stood the risk of disintegration should the alleged arbitrariness of Oshiomohle be left unchecked. He said with the way Oshiomohle was running the party, it was obvious that the lessons are yet to be learned from the reversal of his electoral fortunes in Zamfara State. In his appraisal of what is currently happening in Edo, a few months away from the primary and the governorship election, Shaibu noted that the Supreme Court voided APC's victory in all elections held in Zamfara State in 2019 after the court held that the process enshrined in APC's constitution were ignored in the conduct of primary, which produced its candidate for the 2019 governorship, national and state assembly elections. In a statement, he captioned, "APC and its future. Let us exercise caution." The deputy national chairman said many did not take his concerns seriously when he asked Oshiomohle to step down and allow the party refocus and rebuild. APC, which was founded on the principle of constitutionalism and the rule of law, Shaibu said, is now subject of arbitrary administration without dictates of the law. The ruling party, which ought to be a model for others in the upholding of rule of law, is now the nest of lawlessness. Shaibu had in a letter on May 28, 2019, warned Oshiomohle about the dangerous direction the party was headed and advised him to honorably resign to allow the party reposition itself for the task ahead. Shaibu's advice earned him a dispute suspension from the party's National Working Committee. In his latest letter, the Deputy National Chairman said, "Interestingly, all the issues I raised in my said letter have come to pass. Till date, the party founded on the principle of constitutionalism and rule of law is now subject of arbitrary administration without regard for the dictates of the law. The entire legal framework governing the party's administration in Nigeria today, the Nigerian Constitution, the party constitution, the Electorate Act, and INEC regulations and guidelines are more honored by the party in breaches than obedience. To buttress my above assertion, the following few examples will drive the point home. Article 9(1) of 2 and 9(4) of I of the APC Constitution, as amended, pages 6 and 8. Every member will be registered at his ward when his or her name is entered in the register by the ward executives. My understanding of this provision is that power is in the party, is exercised bottom top. What this means is that every member of the party is answerable to his constituency. Being a party member, therefore, it is a constitutional issue embedded in the membership register. On the inauguration of Waziri Bulama as the party's national secretary, Shaibu said the APC constitution in Article 20 of A made it unambiguously clear that all parties' posts prescribed or implied by the Constitution shall be filled by democratically conducted elections at the respective convention in the case of the National Working Committee or NEC, or Congress in the case of the Executive Committee at state, local government, or ward levels. There is nowhere in that same constitution where it was envisaged that an officer of the party could be appointed by the chairman nor the National Working Committee. Not even NEC has the power to appoint any national officer of the party in any capacity. Let me ask this simple question. What is difficult in organizing a midterm convention to elect the officers in line with the Constitution so that even the officers will have confidence that they are elected like other officers? The Constitution of the party in Article 25A of 1, pages 89, stipulates that there shall be a convention every 2 years. We've had convention in 2018 and another one is due in 2020. What in the hurry in appointing an acting national secretary when we have the duly elected deputy national secretary who had been acting in the capacity since December 2018 in line with the Article 14.4 of the Constitution on page 58. In another reaction to the development in the party, a group that named itself Concerned Edo APC Stakeholders, which comprises of Honorable Etiosa Oigbe, Chief Enakera Adoru, Honorable Emmanuel Uwemi, Mr. Akere Odion, Engineer Jude Okoje, Chief Dr. Odionwele Ikpeha, Mrs. Odia Abubakar, Mr. Greg Onimisi, Dr. Omorui Craig, in a letter addressed to President Muhammad Buhari titled Oshiomohle's Unforced Losses and Fate of APC in Edo 2020 gubernatorial election, said they considered it necessary to imitate President Buhari, national leadership of the APC, of the endless, unprovoked battles Oshiomohle has continued to wage against the Edo State chapter of the party. The group expressed displeasure over the sorry pattern of the losses of the party under the leadership of Oshiomohle, saying it will amuse even the most tackcom individual and send the most critical of persons into extreme contemplation as to how these events could be correctly considered as mere happenstance. The statement reads, for instance, in Taraba State, the APC lost the governorship seat and could not even field a candidate because the person cleared for the position by the party under Oshiomohle's leadership was indicted of forgery, a condition that could even be avoided when the necessary internal mechanism exploited to properly vet the candidates before they were confirmed to fly the party's flag. The party also lost Bauchi and Oyo states due to the poor leadership displayed at the National Secretariat of the party. In Zamfara State, the APC gifted the governorship, national and state assembly seats and other elective office to the opposition because of its inability to get its act together. The cause, the inability of the party to successfully conduct primaries that were acceptable by its stakeholders. It is noteworthy that the state used to be a traditionally All Nigerian People's Party (ANPP) Congress for Progressive Change (CPC) controlled state under the coming of Comrade Oshiomohle, who upturned the party structure in the state and undid years of toiling by the party faithful by helping to stoke the fire raised by some elements against the governor of the state at the time. Down south, what played out in Zamfara State repeated itself in Rivers State, where the inability of the party leadership to provide direction and harmony address the concerns of stakeholders set the state chapter of the party on the path of perdition. such that he could not also field candidate in the election as a result of legal intrigues that surrounded the primary election. Comrade Oshiomohle, it appears, could not care less, even if the state was crucial to the party in southern Nigeria, amongst others. But loyalists of the national chairman have to strongly insist that it was wrong for Obaseki to contend against the finger that fed him. They stress that if not for Oshiomohle, the incumbent governor in Edo wouldn't have been where he is. It was also observed that the issue between Oshiomohle and the incumbent centers on party interest, which the governor's opponent said he failed to give priority as against the desires and wishes of his predecessors in office. So my people, that's the news reaching us at the moment. I do want you to leave your take and leave your comment down below in the comment section. And please, just to reiterate again, we do not speak for or against anyone. We're not in support of any party. We're just here to give you the news just as it is. So thank you once again for your cooperation and your understanding. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed, do click on the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit on the like button. We really do appreciate you. Till I come your way again, it's bye for now, and God bless.